What's happening, everybody? It's your boy Rudy Rodriguez Showmont here. We got another video, man. This one's on USC. We didn't see the real USC this year in college women's basketball. JuJu Watkins was on the bench dealing with a torn ACL, but she is expected to be healthy for next season, and her squad looks loaded. But what does this really mean? Will they be great? Will they not? Can they win the whole goddamn thing? Or will they be fighting over the ball? We'll talk about it right here. Hit the intro. Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Her Game, Her Way Women's Basketball, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. I am your host, Rudy Rodriguez Showmont. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell, leave your comments. Appreciate y'all continued support of the channel. This is a video I've been waiting to do for a little bit, dealing with all the recruiting stuff in the portal. I've been wanting to get this thing up, but it seems like every time I'm about to do it, something gets in the way. Now, as we all know, JuJu Watkins missed the entire 2025-26 basketball season, dealing with the torn ACL that she suffered in the tournament last year. And the team looked nothing like the team that she played with. That's one thing that I think people really missed a lot about this squad this season. While they added number one player in the country, Jazzy Davidson, to the roster, well, they lost Kaylee Heckel, they lost Avery Howell, they lost, and while they added London Jones from UCLA, they also lost, Kiki Iriafin. So they lost a lot. They lost Raya Marshall. So they lost a lot of weapons from that team that got to the Sweet 16 before JuJu got hurt in that game. Now, they lost in the Elite Eight. My bad. They lost in the Elite Eight to UConn. But now you got to ask yourself, and people are like really, really excited about this team. I think the same typical folks that are always excited about JuJu Watkins. And look, was there a difference last year in terms of coverage of the sport without JuJu Watkins on the national scene for college women's basketball? The answer is absolutely yes. Like, we're not going to lie to ourselves. The sport was missing something with her not being able to play last season or this past season. Now, do I think that if she plays, USC is markedly better than they were this year? I think they're better. Do I think they're a lot better? Probably more like the team they had her first year, because there still wasn't talent around it. But now she's expected to be back, healthy, ready to roll. And this team has a lot of talent. I mean, it's a talented group, but talent can only take you so far. You need a team. You need a team that's built to win. And that starts with your head coach. That starts with having a coach that knows what she's doing, or he's doing, in this case, she, but knows what she's doing and is able to control personalities, control egos, manage the egos, manage the personalities for one common goal, and that goal is winning. And if you're unable to do that as a head coach, it doesn't really matter how good your players are. You're going to win games, sure. But when you're in that nip and tuck fight, that battle, that grind, that find a way to dig down deep to get the job done, can you find it? And if your players are fighting each other, and I don't mean physically fighting each other, I mean, but like fighting each other and fighting a system and fighting the things that you would believe would make them successful, and are more interested about what they can do and rather than what the team can do, well, then you got a problem. USC this year in the portal lost 5 players again. While they weren't big time scorers, they did lose freshman Gerda I can't pronounce her name. She averaged 2 points a game. She went to Arizona. Yakia Milton, a 6'5 forward who averaged 2.5 points a game. Vivian Iwood Chukwu, a 6'3 sophomore, averaged 2.6 points per game. Diana Mendez, a 6'3 sophomore, averaged 3 points a game. And Malia Samuels, who averaged 3.5 points a game last year and is off to Indiana. Mendez is going to Miami. Raul Saiti is going to Arizona. So this team lost 5 players. Now, we all know what they're getting back. We all know. They're getting back JuJu Watkins off the rip. Beyond that, they are getting they have the number 1 player in the country from last year, Jazzy Davidson, who's returning. They have Kennedy Smith returning. So they do have players coming back. Now, those are great players. Kennedy Smith's a really good player. Jazzy Davidson's a really good player. Jazzy Davidson was the best player on the team this year, obviously as a freshman, kind of like JuJu was. Jazzy Davidson plays kind of a point forward role. And that's why there's a lot of questions for me when it comes to this unit. So it starts with your coach, and then it has to go into your players. And the players that they've got coming back, along with the players they got coming in, they have Satya Fagan. She is out of Melbourne. She's a 6'4", small forward, considered an excellent player. They have the number 1 player in the country, Sanaya Hall. She's a 6'2" wing, small forward. And Sarah Okiki, the number 10 player in the country, 6'4" center. Now, specifically, I'll look at Sanaya Hall. Sanaya Hall was the MVP of the McDonald's All-American game. It is real hard for a team to have 3 of the last 4 number 1 overall players in the country out of high school and not have people battling for the ball. Why? Because they're young, they're dumb, and they don't really know any better. The egos are large. You want to be the number 1 option. You want to be the girl or the guy. And it's really difficult for a person in that age group, in that age range, to sit there and say, I'm going to defer to this person or that person because I'm just as good, if not better, in my mind. It doesn't mean that they're better. I don't know if Sanaya Hall is better than JuJu Watkins. I don't know. We have no idea. I do know that JuJu Watkins is probably better than Jazzy Davidson because I got to see Jazzy Davidson last year, and Jazzy Davidson is very good. But Jazzy Davidson also probably has her own ego, her own thoughts, and probably also believes in her mind that she's the best player on the team, as she should. Now, I think JuJu Watkins is better than Jazzy Davidson. I think they're different types of players. Thankfully, for their sake, they're different, and the way they're different specifically is Davidson's more of a point forward, and while JuJu might still be that as well, I think Jazzy Davidson's probably a better overall ball handler. Now, you look at their roster, you got Jazzy coming back. According to this, you got Yakia Milton coming back. She's a 6'5" forward. According to this, again, I'm just looking at this. I'm looking at the transfer portal and the players here. You got Laura Williams coming back. You got Kennedy Smith coming back. JuJu coming back. You got I don't know, this girl, Brooklyn Shamblin's coming back. And then you got this other girl up here, Ryan Forrestier, coming back. And everyone else is gone. Now, did I want to make sure did I get everybody? Yeah. So everyone else is gone. Oh, did I say Yakia Milton's coming back? No, Yakia Milton's leaving. Sorry, Yakia Milton's leaving. So you lost a lot of players with this squad. But you got a lot, you got a lot coming back in. However, again, you're dealing with egos. And egos are the things that will kill teams fast. And I'm gonna tell you right now, the biggest ego is JuJu Watkins' ego. The biggest ego. And I don't think it's close. Everything that I've heard about JuJu Watkins, that she's a very, very nice person. But she also has goals and ambition and dreams and things that she wants to accomplish. And one of the things that I'm told she wants to accomplish is that she wants to be the all-time leading scorer. So when people talk about her turning pro next year, I don't believe that's going to happen, not based on what I've heard, is that she wants to break that record of Caitlin Clark. Now, I don't think she has a chance in hell of breaking that record because it would require them getting to the national championship back-to-back seasons, which I think is a massive, massive undertaking and a huge challenge. So I expect JuJu Watkins to be back for the next 2 years, which also means that I think JuJu Watkins is going to want to have that ball in her hand at all times. Now you got to figure it out. You got a 5-star center coming in. You got a 5-star small forward who plays your exact same position coming in. You got a 5-star power forward that's already here from Australia who just got there. You've added Pania Davis, who's a 6'6" transfer out of Florida State. You added Ryan Bennett, a transfer out of UC Davis, shooter, playmaker for vet depth. You have the number 1 class in America. And of course, you still got Kennedy Smith and Jazzy Davidson that are back. So you got all these players that are back. There's only one basketball. Only one basketball. What's going to happen? Who's going to defer? And that is the thing that I sit here and I look at and I question and I wonder aloud, how does this team win? And I don't mean games. I mean win a championship, a national championship, when you don't have a strong leader on this team. Like what they got coming back, they don't have a point guard from what I see, like a real point guard, which means you're going to have a point guard by committee, more than likely Jazzy and JuJu passing the ball back and forth to each other. You go, I go, you go, I go, you go, I go. And then you have this freshman coming in who's going to want to be part of the go. And it might be you go, I go, you go, I go, you go, I go, like back and forth and back and forth. And to me, that's a problem. Without defined roles and defined leadership, which should start from your coach, I don't know how this works. And I really think at the end of the day, this does have to start from your coach. You need your head coach to be in complete control of this team. You need your head coach to delineate roles. Now, what does that mean also? That means that you might lose players. One of these girls will probably transfer. JuJu Watkins will not be transferring. I think she should have last year, but she will not be transferring. So one of these 5-star number 1 players, Jazzy Davidson or Sanaya Hall, might not be around after next season, because unless JuJu Watkins shocks us and decides she's gonna leave and turn pro, she'll be back for a final season. And so they don't have a legitimate point guard, not one who's played. Like, that's the key. One who's played. Because if you look at their statistics this season, Kennedy Smith's not a point guard. They had Kara Dunn on the team this year. She's gone. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's gone. Yeah, she's gone. So you don't have a point guard. I mean, you got a couple of point forwards, and you have a center and a power forward and some wings, and no point guard. Let's take a look at the portal. And unfortunately, I've been waiting for this thing to open up. My internet, for some reason, is stuck in the ether world. I don't know what's happening and why it's taking so long to open, so I can actually look at the transfers they got beyond those two, because I don't know if they got anybody else. And the one they got from UC Davis, I don't know if she's a point guard or not. But let me check. So just a little bit more on this guard that they picked up, Ryan Bennett, who was at UC Davis. She actually played EYBL ball with Kennedy Smith. She averaged 15 a game, 4 assists. So don't know if she's really a point guard or not. She's 5'8". She's only a sophomore as well. She's going in her junior year, so she's a young player going into her junior year. But at the same time, again, is she going to start? I mean, I don't know at point, because I don't really see. Again, I don't see that they have a real point. So there's a lot of questions that I have with this squad. And again, I think they're going to win games. I think they're going to win a lot of games. I think they're going to have a great regular season. But do I see this team as a team that's going to win a national championship? No. I mean, I'm just being real. Like, if they did, it would be, to me, it would be shocking. It'd be an incredible accomplishment, just because JuJu's coming off of a torn ACL. You're integrating all these high level ball dominant type of players. Like, you're not a top 10 player in the nation and you're not ball dominant. You're not a number one player in the country and not be ball dominant. So you got 4 ball dominant players and the girl out of Australia. How do you handle this? Not to mention Kennedy Smith. And that's the biggest thing. If you had a different type of personality coaching this team, a more commanding, dominating presence coaching this team, like Dawn Staley with this team would go undefeated, because he would check their ass, because they couldn't get away with the BS. Gino Auriemma, they'd go undefeated, because, again, he would check their ass. They couldn't get away with the BS. A Pat Summitt back in the day. Check their ass. They couldn't get away with the BS. Coach Yo at Ole Miss, I think she would check their ass. Like Vic Schaefer at Texas, check their ass. Lindsey Gottlieb does not seem to have that type of personality. And from everything I've heard, I'm shocked she's still there, personally. I'm shocked she's still there, because somehow she's been able to recruit, despite losing all the players that she lost over the last couple seasons, players that she recruited, to the point where we're sitting right here when we're looking at this team and you see all this talent. It is talent. Look, it is talented. But at the same time, a lot of them are playing the same position, and they all are used to having that basketball. And when you're used to having that basketball in your hand all the time, you don't know how to react when that ball's not in your hands. And at the end of the day, we'll see what happens. My guess is the ball will be going back to the old school, throw it to JuJu shit, and everybody else will be frozen out. And I think the big problem is that the second option isn't a post player. It's another wing. So I think they'll be real good, but I also think that they'll probably lose the same exact spot they lost 2 years ago, the Elite Eight, because they're going to run into a South Carolina, a UConn, one of these types of teams, and it'll end because they just don't have a true leader at the top of the mountain. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. Does anything to you that I've said resonate or make sense? I would hope so, because this happens a lot in sports. You have all these elite players and then they can't win. But I mean win when it counts. But that's all I got. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. Like the video, subscribe, hype the video, leave your comments. Appreciate y'all as always. It's Her Game, Her Way, women's basketball. Powered by Come On Now, the podcast. Come on now.